Okay, so this is Quidditch Hoops 101, and we're going to show you how to make Quidditch hoops because they're difficult. Yeah. So this is kind of one that we've already worked on. This is a 6-foot hoop. We are going to make 3 different size hoops, but the process is the same no matter what size you're doing. You're going to need a few different things. First of all, obviously, you're going to need a hula hoop. These are ones we got at Toys R Us that we actually stripped. And that's going to be the hoop at the top. We're doing 3 different size hoops. That's the 6-foot. We're doing a 4-foot and then a 4. Oops, that's the other 6-foot. This is a 4-foot, and this one's going to be 4.5 feet. So we got originally just purchased 9-foot, 11-inch PVC pipe strips, which we then cut into pieces with a Sawzall, and I just measured it with normal measuring tape and then cut them into the specific lengths. For the base, the directions that we originally got off of the IQA website were for tires, which we were going to fill with cement. I couldn't really figure out how I was going to take that to different games and stuff in the back of my car. That was a lot of weight, so I decided we wouldn't do that. Instead, what I got were, you can get 2 different things. Some people call them umbrella bases. Some of them are flag bases, but they're just these empty bases. They're plastic. You can fill them with water, or you can fill them with cheap sand, and that keeps the base down. In order to put the whole thing together, you need a few different things. What I did is I got a roll of copper plumbing tape, since I couldn't find really what was in the original directions by the IQA. It's got holes in it, so it's real convenient to put bolts and screws through. As you can see with this one, this is a little bit longer than what I'm actually using, but I wrapped the tape up and around the hoop itself. I did have to bend it a little bit because the holes didn't match up quite right. Then I took a 1/4-inch drill bit. I did have to start the hole with a screw, but then I was able to finish it with a drill bit. Put that all the way through, and then you can put one of the bolts through. I just got real short. I think these ones were, it's a 1/4-inch bolt. I'm not sure what the length was on these. Were these, inch, 2 inches?
Yeah, probably.
I think it was 1 1/4 inches. But anyway, just long enough to go through. The PVC pipe is 1 inch in diameter, and then the ones we bought were 9 feet 11 inches in length. And then you just wrap the tape over, go ahead and drill your hole, put in your bolt. You will need 1 nut and washer per bolt, and yeah, put that through there. And then in order to keep this from spinning, you're going to need to at least put 1 screw in through the tape and into the hula hoop itself in order to get it to stay. So we'll show you kind of how that whole process works here in a minute. We already cut already pre-cut the PVC pipe. Okay, so we're going to start making one of the hoops. We're starting again, assuming that you've already cut your PVC pipe to length. So either 6-foot, 4-foot, 4.5, whatever your group has decided to do, that you've already cut your PVC pipe to length. So that's where we're beginning from. So the first thing you want to do is you want to drill a hole all the way through the PVC pipe for your bolt. That's what's going to hold the copper plumbing tape, if that's what you're using, to the PVC pipe. In order to do that, I'm doing this the wrong way, but I have a drill bit, but it won't go through the PVC pipe without me giving a starter hole, so I'm going to start the hole with a screw. So it doesn't necessarily matter how far from the top you start. In fact, we want to flip this over to the other side, I think. So it doesn't necessarily matter how far you start down from the top. The less amount of room that you leave from the top to the hole, the less amount of plumbing tape you have to use. But it really is not going to make much of a difference, because what you do is you're just going to line up the holes of the plumbing tape when you get all done. So it does take a bit of effort, but once you get the hole started, then you can insert the drill bit. You are going to need a second person to hold onto the pipe, because you're not going to be able to do both. And we're just going to drill straight down through. It's okay if it comes out at an angle. It's best if it's straight through, but it's not going to hurt anything if it's not straight through. See, this one's even at a little bit of an angle. That's going to be okay. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do after we've got our hole drilled, we're going to get the copper piping up and over the hula hoop. So, get your hula hoop, your copper piping. You are going to need one other person to help you hold everything together. So first you got to kind of measure what your length is going to be. So if you're using copper plumbing tape like I'm using, you're going to have large holes and small holes. You really want to try to use a large hole, because that's what you need. That's what the 1/4 inch bolt will go through. It's not going to go through the smaller of the two holes. So if you're using 1/4 inch like I am, you're going to want to line it up with a big hole. So you line up with the big hole in the plumbing tape with the hole that's on the PVC pipe. You want it fairly snug and secure. It's difficult because you're using copper and it's not real moldable. But you're just going to fold it over the top here. And then you're going to match up one of the large holes on the other side, close as you can get. Okay, so mine looks like it's going to be this large hole right here. That's what I'm going to be measuring up to. So you are going to need some wire cutters. If you don't have some, ask somebody for them, or go to any Home Depot or Lowe's and they'll help you find a set of wire cutters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it just below, in fact I'm going to cut it right on top of this smaller hole right here. And get it as far back as you can, because it's sharper back here. Be real careful when you're doing this. Okay, and that just clips right off of there, and this is the strip you're going to use. Okay, so you got your bolt. What you're going to do is you're going to fold your new slip over here and slide your bolts in.